Thank you for tuning in to Watch Mike Hike. I am Mike, and today I am bringing you the new MSR Freelite 1. It is spring 2016, and this is a new tent, and if you're like me, you get excited when spring comes because it's all the new gear coming out. So I have not opened up this tent yet, so we can do that together and see what's in here. This is a new ultralight series of tents from MSR. It's very similar to what the Hubba series is, except the materials are lighter, and I think they took out one of the pole sections. It's still freestanding, unlike the Carbon Reflex series, which kind of mimics the Hubbas. But it looks very much like a Hubba, just lighter materials and stuff. The minimum weight on this is supposed to be 1 pound 13 ounces. The packaged weight, I'm assuming as it is and as it comes now, is labeled at 2 pounds and 3 ounces. But we can go check that out and see what it weighs in at, and then we're going to open this thing up for the first time, see what's here, see what features it has, and see what the real weights come in at. Alright, so checking the weight on this, they published the packaged weight, which should be everything that's packaged here, coming in at 2 pounds and 3 ounces. I did look at this earlier, and my scale puts it at 2 pounds and 8 ounces. So we're definitely heavier there. I don't know if that's going to include a little paper thing here, or the plastic that the poles might be wrapped in. But I physically haven't opened this yet, so after I put it up, then we'll come check it again. Alright, so it has been wet and nasty here for the last little bit, so I've just got this down to try to keep my new tent clean. So let's pull this off. Let's tear that to get that off of there. This has the new, I guess it's not new, they brought it out last year with the Hubba Series tents, with the large opening stuff sack that it comes with. You have instructions. It's actually kind of bonded to it. They used to have it like on a big, almost piece of Tyvek that it was printed on, but this is, almost looks like it's actually just bonded right to the stuff sack. Pent poles in a bag. Directions are printed straight on that. Let's see what kind of stakes they give us. They've gone to the needle stakes. They used to use these a couple years ago with the Hubba series, and then they went away from those. I will probably, I have some out here. I'll probably replace all of these again with the carbon core stakes, which I do with all of my tents. They're definitely lighter. I can, even feel a difference in one peg. And it comes with, wrong bag, so it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pegs. I don't know if we'll have to use all these to set it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's right, 9 pegs. Oh, we've got the Rainfly. It is definitely a lighter weight material than what the Hubba series is used to. You can actually see through it. I don't know how much you can see, but you can definitely see your hand and make out the hair of my arm through it. I believe this is a 10D fabric. Let's check our book real quick. So the Rainfly, the Rainfly is a 15D nylon ripstop. The canopy, which is going to be your mesh here, is a 10D polyester micro mesh. The floor on the tent is a 15D nylon ripstop, and the poles are a 7000 series aluminum. So it looks very similar in basic shape here to the Hubbas. And let's check out the poles real quick. So of course they are hubbed. Alright, so let's pause. I'm going to back you up and put this whole thing in view and set it up and see what we've got. Alright, so I've got my pole together, and I went ahead and staked out the tent just so you didn't have to sit there and watch me do that. The first thing I did notice is down here at the end where your single pole is going to come to. It does, the pole splits here just like you would with a hubbo or any other tent that has a hub there. It's going to go at that end, and down here at this end they've made these little raised ends, which helps give you a little more, I guess, straight walls for more living space without really adding much weight or anything to it. So let's go ahead and put this thing up. So it does come back. You actually have a little bit of a pre-bend in your pole here, which is going to help you get more livable space. Give you a little bit of a knee there. Don't know if this should go on the top or bottom. It does swivel right here. Let's see how tight it makes it. I think the top works, puts it with good tension. And there is your Freelite 1. Has pretty straight vertical walls. Even being a 15D mesh, that does actually feel really sturdy. Yeah. So you can see how the bend in the knee right here helps it come up and just give you a little more space there. Alright, let's get the Rainfly on. Door side here. Let me check this real quick. There's a Velcro loop here, which I haven't seen, kind of in the middle before. Usually get them kind of more down, you know, in about the middle section of a pole further out, but this is right in the middle of the tent. The ends of these just fit right over the end of the pole section. Just checking to make sure they're got that little loop there that kind of holds it in place. How's the back come down? Alright, so with these, since there is no pole coming out to the corner like there are up there, you just have a loop here that goes out over your stake. You have several guy out points. There's one here, one on the top corner here, and one here. Oh, and one down here too, in case it gets windy, you can really help secure it. What do I do with the rest of the stakes? Alright, so let's crawl inside and see what she looks like. Alright, so before we go inside, just take you around, kind of give you a little bit of a close-up of the components. You've just got the drawstring here that you can pull to cinch up the Rainfly. Your pole just goes into the end of the bottom part of the metal piece, and then the Rainfly just tucks up underneath that. And then this you can pull to cinch it out towards your stake. You've got your guy out points here. They give you 4 different guy out points, which will use up the last 4 stakes in the kit. I did not stake out the backside here. They give you a little tab here. I would put a string on that and stake that out just to get better ventilation and to make the backside of the Rainfly back here more taut. Another guy out loop on top. And so here's the little piece that I was talking about. Just helps make your walls a little more vertical, along with this bend in the knee of the back pole right here. And again, you could put another line on this tab back here and stake it out just to give you a little more stability. But you do have your guy out point up here to do the same. Little plastic pull tabs here. You can pull on that just to cinch up your Rainfly. Like I said, that comes straight out. Whoop, peg's turned. But that'll run just straight out to the stake that you have. So let's take a look inside. Alright, so Velcro tab there. Do I have any more? Got one more Velcro up there. There's a two-way zipper, so you can open it up from the inside and get your coffee or whatever from your camping friends that got up early and made it for you. Alright, so up we go. And yep, so we've got a tab there. We can roll this up. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Yep. Alright. Roll this up. You've got a little loop tab here. Just with a toggle that'll go through it and hold your door up out of the way. It does not have that option on this side, so if you just wanted to roll your Rainfly all the way open, doesn't look like there's any tab to be able to do that. Alright, let's take a look. Zipper, nice lightweight zipper, little pull with a string. Let's see if I can do this with my hands. So it has, let's step back so you can see, has a large kind of D-shaped door that you would be used to with these tents. And your door can be toggled up. I don't know if you could see that when I was doing it, but it could be toggled up just the same way that the Rainfly does. Seam taped floor here, bathtub style floor. You've got tons of ventilation in here with all the mesh. Let me grab, there's a pocket up here. Of course, your safety warning, but it's a good sized pocket right at your head, so you can always find it. But that is the only pocket that's in here. So let me throw a pad in here and let's see exactly how big this thing is. Alright, so even with this other part of the Rainfly in the vestibule here, I just kind of tucked it back to give you a better view so we can look inside. Inside I have the Thermarest Neo Air X Lite. It is a size regular, so it's 20 inches wide by 72 inches long. And I have it all the way down at the foot right now. I'll push it all the way to the side. So, see on this side, I still have a hand's width. Of course, it is a tapered pad, so you're going to get more on the way down there. But you can see up at this end, there's still a lot of room up there. Let's see, there's one, two, like two full hands there. So as you center it up, you've got quite a bit of room on both sides of it. And that is your Freelite one. Oh, let's see, we do have one, two, and let's see if I can see it. Three, yeah, so you've got three places here that you can hang stuff. Oh, there's another one towards the back. And there is one up front, so you can run some guy lines in here if you like to hang stuff up in your tent. And I don't know, maybe you dry some clothes, hang up your lantern, throw your headlamp over the string just to give yourself an area light. But that is a quick look, and my first look, at the new Freelite 1, Spring 2016, coming to you from MSR. And I think I'm really going to like this thing. So I've been a big fan of the Hubba tents since they came out many, many years ago, and but I look forward to this one. And it is freestanding. I am actually going to go in and take the stakes and stuff out, leave out the stuff sacks and stuff, and see what it really comes down to in weight. And I'll see you in there. All right, bye. Alright, so back in my garage, we're going to go through and kind of break down the weights of the different items that come in here. And so we've got the 9 needle stakes here, coming in at 2 7/8 ounces. Again, we can replace those with the carbon core stakes. I think 9 of these weigh 1 1/4 ounce, so you could save yourself almost 1 3/4 ounce by switching over to the carbon core stakes. These are the lines that were attached to different parts of the tent, kind of the front, back, and both ends. They weigh in, they're technically just over 1/8 of an ounce, and then the 4 of them together, you're looking at 7/8 of an ounce. So each one's almost 2/8 of an ounce. The poles, which I did notice, these are not DAC poles, which I knew that, but they do have a name on them. Unin, UL, company I've never heard of, so we'll see how they hold up. But they come in at 9 5/8, just the poles themselves, so I'm not sure about calling those ultralight. I think that's going to be the kind of deciding factor of whether this would come in at its advertised or published minimum weight there. So wrapped up here, I've got the tent body and the Rainfly. Make sure we're not touching around here. So we're at 1 pound 7 1/4 ounces. And so to go with our minimum weight is the tent body, the Rainfly, and the poles. Basically the minimum stuff that's there to set it up. Doesn't count the stuff sacks or the stakes. And so I couldn't get them all to stay on there without falling off, so I went ahead and took one of the strings and wrapped it around here, so it's going to add an extra almost 1/4 of an ounce. And that way you can still see the thing here. So we are at 2 pounds 1 1/8 ounce. So take that string off of there, and basically the minimum weight's going to come in at 2 pounds 1 ounce, which is not the 1 pound 13 ounces that is published or advertised. So we are a little heavy on this one, MSR. Great tent otherwise, but yeah, definitely a little heavy. I'm wondering if these poles came in at the weights that they were supposed to. So also let's look real quick at just the weight of the stuff sacks here. These are a very lightweight fabric, but this is the pole bag, the stuff sack for the stakes, and your large kind of burrito style bag here. And shove them all in here. Wrap these things up. And if we can get them to stay on there. Alright, so your stuff sacks alone are 2 3/4 ounces. So obviously you can save yourself a little weight by not using them or just using lighter weight bags. So that concludes my review of the new MSR Freelite 1, new for spring of 2016. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and I hope this review kind of showed you everything about the tent that you might want to know. If not, write me a question and I will try to answer the best I can. So thank you for watching Watch Mike Hike, and again, please subscribe, and I will see you out on the trail. Happy trails.